Test 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me now? One two 1 2. Nice. Well, it's been a long time since I did my last live stream. Gosh, I don't even remember when I was the last time, but I'm back. Gonna be doing this weekly. Hopefully, it's on Thursdays at 1 p.m., but I don't know how it's going to go, but I will let you guys know. So, like and subscribe, first off, and let's get into this. Um, Let me actually. So, I am going to try to put my chats on. I haven't done this in a long time, so I'm kind of. Okay, I can't do the chat right now. So let's just jump in it. Okay. So so let me start. My name's Eric Yamamoto. I'm a storyboard artist since 2011 and did live action mainly. And I did Get Out. I did Us. I worked with David Fincher on World War Z2, wasn't made. I did Doctor Strange #2. Again, it was I was uncredited because political reasons. I mean, not like electoral political reasons. It's more like studio political. But I'm gonna look at this stuff as if I'm gonna look at the storyboards as if they are live action boards. So I'm gonna start with Igum, Jorge, Jorge. Yes. So, of what I see in these boards, they're a little out of order, is that these are commercial storyboards. So, one of the first things that I would look at is let's just talk about it first. So, guy holding his nose, close on glasses, glasses magically appear on desk, look at the screen, back to the glasses. Maybe they're put down. I'm not sure. So, one of the first things that I would do is arrows. Storyboards are like, they're equivalent to like the director's vision. So, you need to direct the person looking at the storyboards. You need to direct what are they looking at? What is happening? So it looks like right here, I would probably put an arrow just like that, showing that he's about to grab his nose. He's probably stressed out. Now I hear in animation, it's a no-no to do arrows. Give me a thumbs up if that is true in the chats. If it's not true, give me a heart. Okay, nothing yet, but it's all good. Maybe there's a little delay. But what I'm going to say is that arrows in live action equals economy. So it's okay to use arrows. It's actually better to use arrows because you're giving direction. It is direction. So there is a delay. Okay, cool. So from here we go to this next shot. We're over his glasses on him. Now my question is, do we rack focus or what's happening? Again, maybe he's turning like this. Give some direction. Show me what's happening. I would also um, show the rack. So, you know, give this foreground right here. Okay, it is a delay. All right, let me try something. Low latency. Okay, it's all right. Um, so what I would do again is I would have it like this, first blurred out like that, and then it racks to this. So have him in focus, probably have him first in his chair like this. He's in focus, and then you show him turn, and he goes for his glasses. And then again here, his glasses magically get on his face. I would at least put like his hands right here, you know. I'm just going quick, but that's him putting on his glasses. And then it goes to here where he's looking this way. So that's another thing. Let's step back a couple steps. We crossed the 180 degree line right here. It's pretty important to have the 180 degree rule allows people to read the boards easier. You may not need to shoot it on the 180 rule, but it's just a continuity thing for people who, you know, it's just for people to understand. So what's happening? What I like to do, draw top down. Here's the guy. Back here is where his glasses are. So right here, the camera, where is the camera? It seems like the camera is right here in this shot. So he's turning this way. So all the action is happening here to here. This shot right here, it's over his right cheek. This is his right cheek. So you have the camera like right here. I would have put the camera right here. And that's a simple fix. All you gotta do is copy paste, come over here, flip horizontal, and you go like that. Simple. And then we got this shot right here, copy paste, flip horizontal. So got this shot, he puts on his glasses, and we go to this shot. Now this shot makes sense, unless this is a different person, but I think this is the same person. If this is the same person, I need to see where he took his glasses from. Like that. And then we go over here, over his shoulder. He's looking at the screen, and we cut back to the glasses right here. What's happening in this shot? I am not sure. Is he putting the glasses down? Is he? Why are they off of the count? Why is it off of the? What is this called? A table. I don't know. But that is something that I am curious about. So, big thing about these boards right now is the 180 rule. And so basically, 180 degree, it's all right here. We crossed it over here. Let's see. We got so my question is what is it, what are we selling? What is this? I have a feeling that we're selling the glasses. Now, a director probably directed Igum. for these shots, and that's totally cool. But I'd like to see the final commercial, just because then I could get a better sense. Let's move on to this next. Is this the next one? Now, it being a commercial, okay, so here, it being a commercial, commercials can be very experimental, which is fun. You know, you could play around with different things. You can, um, you can cross the 180 degree, but I highly suggest not to. Let the director or the DP make those decisions because you need clarity. Clarity is one of the most important things. For anybody new in here, please like and subscribe because, you know, I want to grow. Just like I hope you guys want to grow. Um, let's keep going. So this right here. So we're starting on this girl right here, and she's looks like she is stretching, but she's looking this direction, and then she pops up and looks in this direction. So what it seems like from the top view is we have this bench. She's right here. It seems like the camera's on this side first. And then she pops up, and now we are over here. So again, we went past the 180 rule, because then if it's looking like this, it should have been the opposite way, like this. Clarity, clarity, clarity. And then there's a man who's right here. He's putting his foot down. So what I would have done instead is either have her neutral, like center framed like this. She's stretching. And then, or even instead of having her looking down, have her looking up like this. And then just show her gaze looking up to the left like that. Because when you have her looking up to the left, then you keep this same communication going. And then we go here to him stretching. My question is now, is the camera going frontal like this on him? Because he's like that. I would think this is more of like a profile, or not a profile, a POV view. So maybe the camera is looking more at him like this. And instead of the shot being like that, it would be more profile like this, and he's going like that. But again, that's not POV. POV is she's looking down. She's probably looking up at him. So POV. This. Um, and if you want to make it even clearer, just have her. Maybe it's over her shoulder or something, or she's dirty out of front, like just like that. And that makes it clearer. And then you know that, oh, you could do an over on her, or you could just punch in on the dude. And then we go to a single on the woman. She's doing her stretches. So again, we're doing a low angle on her. Not sure why we're doing the low angle. I feel as though that maybe it should be from his point of view. So maybe it's over his shoulder looking to her. And if that's the case, I would probably, like, this is like dirty over, that she'd be maybe more like this. I guess she's looking over to him, right? So my big thing when it comes to storyboarding is start with your thumbnails. Start rough, start dirty, and then slowly hone in on the cleanup. Because the cleanup's like the I don't want to say the easier part, but it's you have to do you're doing more relationship thinking as opposed to story thinking. Relationship as in, like, if you're drawing something, you put your pencil up, you can see the relationship between, like, my ear and my shoulder. This triangle that happens right here. Relationships. Um so anyways, I would do an over like this just to have, and then just show a punch in right there. But if seeing the knee is important, then just pull back wider. My whole thing is keep it simple. Keep it simple. We love the complex things because we want to look smart. We want to look, um, like we know stuff. But keeping it simple is probably the hardest thing to do. Um, so again, now here we have him, this man, new person in a wide. He's walking this way. Where is he going? Is it just him walking? Cut to him on the couch. I'm unsure. Um, and I need to know. I need to know his destination. Like, I was talking to someone earlier today, and storyboards. It's all about. It's like a map. You're trying to figure out where they're going, what's going to happen, and you could kind of fill in the gaps. But where is this couch? This is his destination. Keep this shot. That's fine, but maybe I would get like a reverse or something. A reverse shot. You're coming right here. Maybe you see the the couch right there, and then you see all these like graphics like this, bink, 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 and then maybe you see him. He's going this way to this way. So then we'd have him come this way to this way to the couch, just so I know, just so we could establish where he's going. And you could just it could be an over, it could be a POV shot. Maybe if it's a POV shot, maybe you have him on his tablet like this, and then in the background you see the couch. Just establish. Again, this is probably not what the director wanted, but for this review, that's how I'm reviewing it, as if it's a narrative. And again, is it just he's sitting there, or does he sit down and then this turns on? So spatial logic is very, very important when it comes to the type of storyboarding that I do. It's all about where things are. Does it connect so you don't get distracted when you're viewing it? Um, okay, Igam, if you would like me to continue um, looking at other boards, feel free to put your name into the Notion. But I am going to move on um, to Felipe Gomez. Felipe Gomez. And for all of you that are here, let me just take a look at this. Man, I would love if you could review my friend's work. She's trying to get into storyboarding, but she lives in Armenia. It's 1 a.m. there, so she couldn't make it. Maybe next time. Yeah. Well, she should put her name into the Notion, or into that website that I gave. Um, it's Eric. It's www.ericyamamoto.com/review, and I can just, if she uploads some of her work and what she wants to get out of this review, I think that would be great. We could set it up, and I think I've had trouble taking some of these storyboards off of the internet, because some of them were um, like animatics, some of them were um, in this like slide file thing. I didn't know how to download it. So, I did some screen grabs, but easier access would be super helpful. Um, so let's see. Oh, Armenia, I'm based in Europe, so close to that tough. It's 10 p.m. now. 1 a.m. is rough. Yes. Let's go. But to be fair, I used to wake up at 3 a.m. for free storyboarding lectures. Wow. Okay. Mane. Oh, I do the same. I sometimes work for European companies and I just stay up till 3 or even 6 in the morning. Once in a while, it's okay. But yeah. All right. Well, let's go into this next section. Um, I would first, when I was watching this, okay, this is cool. It seems like we are starting here. We rack over to the wheat, and then all this comes in, and I think we are going down under, and we reveal a light in the room or a light coming out of the window, and then we start pushing in. We start pushing in, and we go over here. We're seeing this fan going. Fan is going. And then we go on to a bookcase. Bookcase. Low angle on this. And then we're over here. Low angle on the corner of the table. And we see the table, the camera, I think comes around onto him. Okay, and then he looks tired. We got this. He looks down. He gets up. He's tired. Tired. Pushes it aside. And then he looks, throws all the stuff around, throws it all around. Up, top shot. The camera arcs. To the other side, we see something fall. And then he looks and he sees that something is something gold out of his mouth. And then he looks up. Okay, so let's go backwards now. For the animatic, all this stuff is beautiful. All this stuff is beautiful, but for storyboards, for easy readability, you don't need these. Maybe all you need is like this shot and this shot, and then this shot. Like for storyboarding, you got to go for economy for live action storyboarding, because especially in commercials, you are trying to be economical, because you're going to be talking, or because the director is going to be talking to people who don't know how to read storyboards. And if they see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, they're going to be like, 10 shots? That's 10 setups. Like, that's too expensive. But we all know it's one shot transitioning to a second shot. But you got to make it easy for them to read, easy for them to not overreact. So, yes, this is beautiful. I love it. Maybe for animation, they need to know those types of things. But for live action storyboarding, economy is key. Arrows, another thing. Like right here, it looks like we're going here. We're pulling back. So show that we're pulling back. Or are we zooming? Zooming would be like this. We're pulling out. And then I think the camera booms down. Under. It continues to boom. And then we right here. And then show that we're pushing in. Show that we're pushing in. Because see, already with just the arrows, like I could see what's happening. Like, do you agree or do you not agree? Give me a thumbs up if you do. Give me a question mark if it doesn't. I don't know. But yeah. Okay. Next. So in this shot, when I watched the animatic, I saw that the camera is moving this way. And I want to know, why is the camera moving away from our hero? Because yeah, I see this top of the shelf. I see this top of the shelf. You're seeing more of the shelf over here. We're moving to the left. Why are we moving to the left? Why are we not just what? If anything, I think we should be moving to the right, so show more of the space of the room, because we're going to be cutting in onto the what is this? The shelf? Like, what's the significance of this shelf? Is it that, now that I'm looking at it, I think it's because of the whole gardening stuff. But point to me, like show me where I need to look. Because right now I want to look right here in the light area. So show me, like, I think maybe it would have been stronger to not have these in there. I mean, it's a cool shot, it's interesting, but clarity always beats cool. So I would have probably went from here and tracked across, starting at this, showing the certificate, showing the plants, showing this picture, all that stuff. I would just track, and that eliminates all these shots. Again, I don't know what this is for. Like, what are we pointing to? Are we pointing to his studies? Are we pointing to the old cobweb stuff? Like, I need to know what we're looking at. Let's move on to the next page. Um, oh. Is that what it is? I think, are we pulling back? I don't know. Because I see more of this, like these papers. Like, I think if we showed the paper going like this, like getting through, I'm not sure. But clarity. Then we cut to this corner of this side and we come around. So why are we coming around? We're coming around here to like more of a 3/4 frontal, but then we go to a profile 3/4, like that jumps. Like, I would have just punched, if like we came in like this, I would just punch in on him right here, or just commit and go all the way around to the other side, you know? Because then if you commit and go all the way to the other side, then it's like, wow, we're looking all across his desk. He's inspecting some, see, like I just saw right now, he's inspecting an orange or an apple, you know? So I didn't read that from this distance. So commit, go all the way around, and if we go all the way around, it would make him be on the other side, where we switch the line, we cut the line, and that would change everything. That would change this shot. It would change all of these shots. But no worries. Is this? I hope this is making sense, because again, I'm doing from a live action point of view. Is this? I want to know if in the comments if this is the same type of information that you would get if you're doing for animation. So this next shot, this wide profile, I wanted to know. I mean, it's a nice shot. I think this is a great for like a master. We're seeing that he's upset. He's taking it out on his equipment. And I feel as though you could have done this and just, you don't need any of this. I mean, you're getting into, it feels like you're getting into animation territory, and that is what we cannot get into when we're doing live action. There's not enough time. I think you're supposed to pose things out for animation, but just get the main points across. Like so here he's looking at the thing. Um, you don't need this, don't need this, don't need this. Just have him come up like that. And right here, and then all you need is like this. He pushes everything out of the way. So my whole thing is economy. What happens if you strip everything away? What are you left with? And does it work? He's still getting all pissed off right here. We go at high angle. Now, why are we going this way to that way again? Oh, look, we cut. We go to the other side. Um, so it could have worked, committing all to go all the way to the other side like this. Um, but yeah, my question is, why do we go to the high angle? And then he looks up, and then we go over wide to the other side. Now, going from wide to wide, like this is a low angle, medium ish, to a um, higher angle, medium wide ish. Um, but why not keep it simple? I'm just going to work with what you have right now. Is that he pushes everything aside. He realizes that he finds his the little picture. Um, Now, whenever I work on storyboards, I always put myself in the shoes of the protagonist. Um, if I get pissed off and there's all these papers around, I'd like throw it all over the place. And what if this picture is sent flying across the room and you hear it, you know, then it's like, oh man, I broke something. Then you get up, you walk over, maybe you track with him, he picks it up, and then he sees it. You're always looking for motivations. You're always looking for how they could be the one doing the action. Like all of a sudden discovering something right here is not as active as throwing something across the room. It shatters and breaks, and you go after it. And then this would have like a crack in it, you know. That might be interesting. Um, I really enjoyed when you gave me this because when you punch in, you're showing me something. Um, you're directing my eye. What's important, and what's important is that. Um, what I probably would have done instead of just punching in right there, I would have gone to. So he looks at it. He looks at it, his POV, looking over here. Um, Again, we're on this side of the line of him. This is the line right now. Right now, the camera, it feels like it's right on his chest. So I would have done something more like this, where we're over his shoulder or something. Again, what I'm doing, it's not about pretty pictures. It's about the logic. Does it work? Will it shoot? Because we can always make it look pretty after. Um, but what I would do from here to here, he's looking at it over his shoulder like that. And then I would come over here. Maybe I would even go over the picture and have him like maybe adjust his glasses or something, you know, looking at it, or maybe he's leaning into the picture, um, because you want to get his emotion. You want to see that he's like realizing something. He's taking himself out of the um, of his mess that he's made. And we punch in right here, and when he looks at this, um, and so really great stuff. I think you would need to work on the 180, know where your lines are, um, know when to punch in and out, and I'm curious. Was this I'm curious if this is a personal project or if this was for uh, a job. Um, so, anyways, let's move on. Thank you, Felipe. Feel free to add more if you like. So next, it's Wesley Lynn. Um, so I saw these last night. I thought these were great. Um, I saw that this was a live action commercial. So let's just roll with it. Um, so we're here. We're on a wide. He comes in A B, and then we cut over, reverse to him there, and we come through. Knock knock. I would have this shoulder in there so we know that it's over his shoulder. And this part kind of confused me. So he brings his hand up, knock knock, and then cut to the woman walking out, and do we pull back? And does this let's use arrows, show that it's like coming up. um she's looking directly at camera right now, so um I want more clarity here. um because how would you shoot it? um and did the door open right here? I'm not sure. um Maybe if she knock knock knock, and or you could do an intercut thing where maybe we start on her, she turns around, and then this could be an intercut thing. But I want to, if we're on over his left, over his right shoulder like this, she comes out, I would still have it over his left shoulder like this. Or again, I'm just a little confused on the blocking on this part. But yes, great drawings. Like the drawings is definitely what's going to get you the job. But once you're on the job, it's the shot logic that you're going to um, need to hone in on, because that is what's going to inspire the director. That is what's going to help direct the crew. That's what's going to open the eyes to different opportunities of different shots. So right here, we got this profile. I guess she's moving forward, he's moving back. And then again, let's do some arrows. I think, okay, we got this. We got over the box on her looking. This is like a lower angle of her looking at the jewelry. Still low angle of her looking at it. And then is this the I want to know, is this the continued profile shot that's right here? Or is it more over his shoulder onto her? So a real easy way to minimize confusion is writing it in. And what I mean by writing it in is you create a shot list. This is what I talk about a lot um, with my with the people that I'm mentoring. Shot list, shot list, shot list. So what we do is what is this? Is this an profile? Profile two shot. Man um, holds woman's hand. He puts charm, or takes charm and puts on bracelet. Because then, then I know that, okay, this is a two shot. Because then if you come back over here, the grandmother puts a bracelet on, the grandfather adds the charm. So, sorry, I'm like doing a little detective work at the same time. So this is a profile. Profile two shot. Man gives ring. And then right here is gets the ring, and then right over box on woman. And I could see that it's a low angle because of these lines right here. And cool. So we got this. Wait, is this the same? This is the same person. Yes. Okay. And then we got this. Yeah, these are beautiful hands. And if it's an animatic, I think this is great, but I don't think you need this. You go from here to this. And now this next shot right here, we're at the happy birthday. Looks like the happy birthday is right over here. I would put this happy birthday, I would flip this so the happy birthday is the same as right here in this background. Because then what you could do is if the happy birthday is right here, then you could have the woman enter like that, and then this is all happening. Then you could go right here, and then you could either have her, you might not even need this. You might not even need this shot. But what I would do is, if you need the happy birthday, let's just keep it consistent in the board. Again, these are beautiful drawings, but we got to get the logic down. So, insert shot on banner, cut to woman, enter, and goes to table. And then we cut to a reverse low angle insert, cleaning up after daughter's birthday party. It is clear she just celebrated with her friends. So we come right here. She pulls it away. Oh, you know what would be interesting now that I'm thinking about it is that it would be kind of cool if what if we start on the happy birthday and you see the birthday banner getting taken down. I mean, it's kind of sad. It's kind of violent. But it's like she's cleaning up. She's wrapping up the party. And then she comes over here. She goes to the table and she cleans up the dishes. And then I'm trying to figure out what's happening here. Is this the same grandma from the other room? Maybe she clears the dishes and then right over here, does she enter back to the kitchen and then cleans it up. Sorry, I'm just trying to investigate, trying to figure out what is happening. Again, if we write down our intention through a shot list, then I could probably diagnose the problems a little better. But okay, now so she comes in, grandma comes in, mom puts it at the sink. We're over mom or over grandma. No, we're over the counter on mom as she's being given these flowers. And then, okay, now the background right here. So a lot of times when you're storyboarding for live action, you don't have locations. Um, what I like to do is I use perspective lines to help me understand the camera. The background is to help the camera. So when I see more ceiling, that means we're lower, tilted up. Um, and yes, we're low. We're on the counter. But here we're seeing this wall, like like there's all these cabinets back here. There's a refrigerator. Um, that should happen here too. So maybe she doesn't walk in there. Maybe she's walking off from off camera into this position. Um, I'm still like thinking of logic, but anyways, so we go over here. Again, maybe this is an island. Is it an island? Because if this is an island, I think this would work. But if it's just the counter and there's like a window over here, like, you know, how sometimes from the top view you have your kitchen. Here's the sink. There's like a window right here. This is a door. It opens like this. If this is a counter, like how do you get this shot right here? If it's right here and this is the doorway. And over here, like it's really hard to put a camera over here unless it's like a red camera, something small. Um, but yeah, how would this work practically? And then we come over here, we're over, she puts it away, and then we go behind the counter. So I'm assuming I'm just going to assume that it's an island um, to get these shots. Um, but in terms of cutting, like the size of her right here to the size of her there, it's not um it'll look jumpy when you cut. It'll jump. So it's better to um have varying sizes, and that's what we call coverage. You know, you're covering it in a close, you're covering it in an over, two shot, insert. Um, it just helps with the cutting. So let's see. So what's happening here? Um, so she comes over here. I guess she's taking off the thing. So she puts this down. She's looking over at her, and then she comes back around. Again, keep with the arrows so we all know what's happening. And then she's taking this off, putting it on. Um, like, if anything, I feel like instead of cutting from here to here to here, I would just make this a camera move, like camera arcs or drifts or tracks, track pan. We're tracking this way around the um, around the counter to the two shot of them. 50-50. Call this 50-50 because you got 50% this way, 50% that way. So this is too close to being a 50-50. You want it more over. But again, I don't know the intention quite yet. But anyways, I'm here. She looks at it. Grandma looks at it again. We come back here. See, look, you only did it in one, which is great. Think economy, economy, economy. And then we go over her shoulder. I mean, you're getting the screen direction right. Over her shoulder on here. Yep, they hug. Bring out a duck. Oh, wait a minute. They go down. Ah, so that's another thing. I was reading this like this because this gutter right here is so close together that it's better to, if you want to go vertical, it's better to go like this. And then you could, so you know you're going down to like that. It's just easier to read. So coming back to this, let me do this again. So we're coming here. She looks at it. We go over mom onto grandma, and then I guess we punch in. I would probably already have her hand out right there. Don't have her do the waiting right here because you already have her doing the waiting sign here, and just have her pull this out like this. And then cut into, and then have her bringing it out, bringing the her arm out. Um, um, so she brings it up like this, and then I would probably punch in on the charm. I mean, beautiful hands, though. I mean, these are great, but let's just, it's all shot logic at this point. Um, and then, so we have this right here. We go back to the profile, the master. Oh yeah, I know the hands are great. And then, but what I would probably do, what's going on? What's going on? So we have the charm. She grabs her hand, and then she lets go of the hand, and then she puts the charm on, and then the charm is on, and then they hug. Okay, I would probably, she sees her, she brings the arm up. I would probably, instead of going to this shot right here, 11, I would probably get like either a single or an over of like, of the woman. Reacting to what she brought out. Reacting to what she brought out, and then you go to the charm. What she's looking at. Maybe go over mom. And then you go in for this shot. The two shot of grandma putting this on, and then go to this shot of her putting the charm on, and then from there go to the over like this grandma. So yeah, this is fantastic work. Again, if you're trying to go for the job, what I would definitely do is make your drawings look good. Make them, especially for live action. make it look like that 1950s style, Norman Rockwell esque proportions. But because when directors see anime style, it makes them feel as though they don't know how to draw um, with uh, with real humans in mind. Um, but I think this is great. I'd love to see more of your work, Wesley. And yeah, this is. I thought this was a great beginning of how we are all coming together, doing a live stream. See how you just give a nice critique, and hopefully get you guys those jobs. Anyways, I'm going to be doing this again next week, Thursdays at 1 p.m. Pacific. Anybody else interested in this, I will, in the comments, I will pin a link to where you can fill it out. And that being said, I'm going to just open it up for questions for the last couple minutes. Actually, let me look back at the. So I see there was Mane. These are the people that I saw that were here. Mane. Torres. Reese, what's up, dude? Also got a Ronnie. Is that Ronnie Walker? Oh, shoot. I see Harrison. What's up, dude? Yeah, man. Reese, these streams are a lot of fun. Next time I think I should put some music on because that was I love my my lo-fi. Oh, Ronnie's your sibling. Okay, nice. So I got to see 4 people on. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe, and I'm going to do this again next week. If you guys have anybody that you know that wants to get some live action storyboarding um, tips, feel free. I also have a course that's out right now. It's um, it's on my website, ericyamamoto.com/sign up, and all this stuff that I'm talking about is in there and more. I mean, I'm doing discords, uh, and I do live feedback just like this. And I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, and stay safe. Um, talk soon, you guys. Bye.